people? This is Ram1, also known as the Road Suit, coming out of Rhythm Culture, and you're locked into MBTV.
So there's a lot of people who are going to watch this interview that know very little about you, so just introduce yourself, tell us what you're about, your music and all.
Yeah, okay, well, like I said, my name is Ram1, my real name is Ramon, and yeah, I'm a young and aspiring artist. Some might describe me as inspiring, but that's for them, you know what I'm saying? If they think I'm inspiring, that's great. And I just want to give God the glory for that, but I aspire to be inspiring, to inspire people to love Christ more and to hate sin more. That's my mission. And also to go out with the gospel. So I want to clear that out first, and then the medium through which I do that is through reggae music, you know what I'm saying? So I would outline myself as a reggae artist who is a Christian on a mission, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right, so where are you coming from?
Yeah, well, like city-wise. Yeah. So I'm born and raised in Nottingham. Yeah, that's my home city. My dad's from Jamaica. My mum is from Britain, also with a Jamaican heritage. And yeah, that's kind of Ram1. It's like he's British, but he's Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? And in my music, you will hear strong elements of the Jamaican with the reggae. You might even hear little twangs there and there. Of the Britishness coming through, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Alright then, so with your music, you're using reggae as the main medium, but what's the story that you're trying to tell? Aside from just the actual gospel message, as your personal testimony and all that kind of stuff, just share that with our viewers.
Yeah, it's often, I find, as I write and I share with people Christ, I like to take people on a journey. So the latest single I brought out was My Habitat on YouTube. You can search that out, people. And in that, I'm taking people on a journey through my experience, what I see. When I look out of my window, metaphorically, this is what I see. I see secularism, I see a lot of sin, I see a lot of suffering, I see a lot of injustice. And my heart is calling you guys to say, turn to the Lord, while there's still time, because time is running short. And so that's an example of how I might take the gospel and try and communicate it in a way that people can understand. And often your own personal testimony is a great way of doing that. And it's quite effective, so yeah. Okay,
so you've recently been nominated for a MOBO. How does that feel?
Yeah, you know, 2 words, exciting and humbling. It's almost surreal, because I was saying to people, it's not every day that happens. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm there driving home to my auntie's one night, and I thought I'd pull over because it's the day I released my new single, my video, see how what the buzz is, and I see a tweet from MOBO Awards, and I'm like, you know, it's just not every day that happens. So that's excitement, but then that surrealness and that humility, because I think having the right people around me, those who like to encourage me but also keep me level-headed, is so necessary. And essentially I've been saying to people that it's all for him. If I win, great, let me use that opportunity and that new platform to do what I'm doing now for his glory even more. If I lose, that doesn't mean that anything stops. I'm still going to do what I'm doing for his glory. And essentially, my reward is in heaven. And so it's one of them where it's not what I'm not seeking awards and such, but if they come by God's grace, I want to use that and utilize that. And at this point, I want to encourage people and invite people. If you want to support Ram1, and if you want to see him win an award, which will take him to a platform which he could share the gospel in a different way and to a greater audience of people who never really heard the gospel, then you can vote at MbrioMusic.com/voting Ram1. And I think the category is Best Gospel Act 2012. Yeah, so that's where I'm coming from with that.
Rhythm culture. Looking out my window, one leap of evil I see. This is not the way.
So you mentioned your single is there any other music that you've been involved in or taking part in that you want to let everyone know about?
Yeah, last year I released an album, One Way, One Truth, One Life. That's available on iTunes. Also, I've worked with Panache, did a song called Saints of God, and it was quite an anthem for the year. Like, we're the Saints of God, and we look to God and Him alone. Almost like a statement. Who else have I worked with? Gamma, a London artist. He's a veteran in UK reggae. And a song called First Love, that's actually on the album. Ed Holland, St. Matthew from Jamaica. A host of different people. And it's a great experience to see how different people operate, how they interact with you, and they can give a bit of them on the track, them in Christ. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so if there's one message that you can portray to all the people that already listen to your music and the people that may just be discovering you, what would that be?
Well, there's a saying that I always say, it's Christ L-O-V, which is basically Christ love, Christ L-O-V-E. And I say it like this: Christ L-O-V, for you and for me, on the cross of Calvary. And that's all I have to say, because that's all I'm about, and that's all I want. If there's one thing I could, like you said, share with people, that's what it's about. You know, it's about what He did, not about me. I'm just this vessel, or this medium through which God is saying, I want to share my message and my light to people. So I want to use you and do that, and that's what I want to share with people. Christ's love.
Okay, and lastly now, just tell people where to find you, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you can link me on my website mainly. That's ram1online.com. That's RAM1online.com. You can check out my YouTube. That's Ram1 Online. You can find my music there, my music videos, Reverb Nation, Twitter. That's @Ram1_online. It's pretty much all Ram1 Online. And yeah, man, connect with me. I like to interact with supporters or friends or family through networking. I'm not a superstar. I don't want to be. I want to just be someone who is a product of grace, sharing hope with the hopeless, which is something that Lecrae said in one of his songs, and that's what I want to be. Someone who is being utilized by God to share His love with you. So yeah, man, go check it out. Yeah.